Now I'm just pulling the rim out from this and now. Welcome back to the channel. So we've just come back from Truck Fest at Newark, and as you can probably see, the truck is quite grubby. The last day was quite wet, and the mud, when you get it like this, gets absolutely everywhere. So just gonna bring out the little jet wash, clean it up, and then I've got the job of cleaning the tyres, and then I've got to get a tyre swapped over because I've got to give one back to Santa Pod. I've had my one that I ripped at Santa Pod repaired, so we're going to get that put onto the rim, and then we can load everything back up into the trailer and get everything ready. So there's not too much work to do on the truck apart from cleaning it. Done all the checks on it, quite happy how it is. Just got to do a normal engine service, but I can actually do that in the trailer. So let's just get it cleaned and then come back in a minute. So just like magic, and it is magic, because we use Blizzard Snow Foam from PowerMax. It's so easy to use. So all we've done is diluted it. We didn't dilute it as quite as much. We did it about 25 to 1. So it recommends 33 to 1, but we had a lot of mud to get off, and I find that that's the sweet spot. Yeah. Blasted it over with that, let it set on there for about 10 minutes, go over, and it isn't even anything special. So just got a very, very cheap Karcher pressure washer, and blasted it over, and then rinse it off, and then all we've gone over with the microfiber towel, and that's it. It was that simple. Just go around the tubes, do the little bits on it with the microfiber towel. It's just dry, and I haven't done absolutely everything in there, but that is Swamp Thing all washed and ready. We're going to load it back into the trailer now. It can dry in the trailer. It's got rubber mats and that, so if any water does fall off, it's not a big problem in there. Yeah, and then I can get on to washing the tyres, and then we've got to get that tyre swapped over. So there is all 4 tyres washed. It takes a while, especially when they're like that, and also then you have to clear up all the mess that they have made. So yeah, so I've got all the 4 tyres done. All we got to do now is take the Santa Pod tyre off and put the one on that I've had repaired back on. Let's show you how they've done the repair. So this is the tyre that was damaged, and this is where they have repaired it. So they re-vulcanized rubber into it, and they reinforced the lip. So it did have a couple of splits in it, and also on the inside, it's got a big patch in there as well, and all that is vulcanized in there as well. So they do it by under pressure and heat. So it's not a cheap repair, but it's a lot cheaper than a tyre. Okay, so it's really hard to film what I'm doing because I'm here on my own today. So halfway through out getting the tyre off, so I've already got it through from this side. So we release the bead from this side, and when we pull the rim through, and then we pull it out. So I've got it on the little telehandler, which I borrowed from our scaffolding friends, which are just behind us. So yeah, so now I'm just pulling the rim out from this, and now I've got that one clamped in there to stop it spinning, and then I go around with this one, and as soon as we get the top of it out, then that is it out, because we pull the rim up then to get it out from the tyre. Then all we have to do is put the new one back in, which is quite tricky as well. But yeah, I've only been on it about 10 minutes in a minute, so it's all going well at the minute, but I can't film it because I'm on my own. So let's see how I get on in a little bit. Okay, things didn't go to plan. Had a tyre lever slip and hit me in the face. Yeah, it's pretty sore at the minute. So yeah, better get this sorted out. Okay, so the wheel is now free. So yeah, so all I've got to do now is, that's the Santa Pod's one, that can go back. All I've got to do now is fit up the repaired one back onto here. So a smack in the face, 3 tyre levers, telehandler and the tyre is back on the rim. So all I've got to do is now stand it up and then inflate it, and then we can drop that one back to Santa Pod, and this one's ready to go back on Swamp Thing. Face is a little bit sore, but hey ho, things happen when you're trying to work on your own. Okay, so the weekend's been over. My face feels a lot better, it's healed up. I heal really quick, so that's good. So, so tyre is on there. Problem is it doesn't seal on the bead very well, so I've ordered some bead sealer. But also, if you can see, the rim it is bent. So it's bent there. Where else is it bent? It's got a bend in it down here. So yeah, so I'm gonna straighten this out. Also on this side of it, it's got some flat spots on it. So there's another flat spot there. So I've been wanting to make it for a while. So I'm gonna make I've got my porta bar set, but I'm actually gonna make it so that can go in and spread the load and then put a point load on there to try and straighten out the rim. So let's make that now. Right, so look at you come back. No, I'm not taking. Right, so we're going to use the hydraulic pack. Georgina has done. We're doing CAD design, and it's cardboard aided design. It's what we thrive at. So this is Georgina's one. So she drew hers out. All I did was got a piece of cardboard from Lucas Oil and put it onto the rim, and then push really, really hard of where the rim is, and then I'm going to cut that out, and then I can cut that out and make it into metal, and then we can use that as a spreader plate. Georgina's design would work, except it uses a lot more metal that we don't need. You like the look of it?
Yes.
All right, but yeah, so that's what we're going to make now. So I've just put it in there, put the cardboard in there, bent it into the shape of where the rim is, and now we can cut it out and then check to see if it still fits. So we've gone from the piece of cardboard to a piece of metal, so that goes like that. So next we're going to do is we're going to get the ram. Let's put it a bit wider so you can see what you're doing. So the ram is going to go onto that like there. And we need to connect that to this, so we're going to use some old 4-link bar, so it's nice and thick. So we've got to chop this off at 8 inches now, and then cut a slot into this, and then weld it all together, and that should be it, because we got, it's going to be 25 inches from that to here. Actually, no, we'll probably make it a little bit less. I'll probably make that 7 inches, because this has got quite a good stroke on it. And then if the rim's really bent, we can use it for straightening that. Yeah, so we're going to cut 7 inches off of this, drop it into here, and that should be it, and then we can weld it all together. All done, all cut, and that wasn't sped up at all. So I've changed the wheel size, so that was the wheel I was using. If I'd have kept on using that wheel, when you start to try and go all the way through, you would end up cutting a huge slot in it. So then you put a smaller wheel on after you've done most of the work, and then you can see, so now we can just come back in this side and just trim up this bit, and then we don't waste a lot of putting a huge slot into a piece of metal just to cut the piece out. So then we've got that piece there, that should fit in there now. A little bit of sanding, and then we can get that into there, weld that all together. All should be good. all welded, really, really hot. Okay, so here is where the problem is. So you can see here the rim is not, well, it's not round anymore. It's got a big flat in it and the air is coming out of here. So let's have a go at putting this piece in it now and then try and get that piece to go up. So you can see at the minute, that's where it is. Pressure in it. It's gone up a bit, but it ain't gone. It's getting pressure in it now. Oh, the big bang. It's gone up. What are you laughing at?
You can't hear what it sounded like. That's worked pretty well.
Closed it up quite a bit. See if I can get it a bit more. I think that looks a lot better. Right, so on the other side of the room it's got some flat bits as well, so now I've got to try and get...
That's moving.
You can get run over now.
Yeah.
It's quite hard to move tyres around when they haven't got the air in it.
It's like they get more grippy.
Yeah, alright, so you can see that's where the flat bit is. So I want that bit at the top, so I've got to go all the way around. It's amazing how much room tyres take up when you start rolling them. So we're nearly there. We have to move this one now. Let's push that one. Oh, someone's put the trolley behind it.
You've had an accident.
Yeah.
That's, to be fair, that you can stop that there.
Yeah. Right, so let's get the jack in there. Stop that rolling about. Move the trolley with the air horn on it. If you haven't seen the video for this, the battery's flat on it, I think, at the minute. But I'll put a link in for this video. It's quite cool. You can make it up just from a broken drill and some horns off of Amazon. Sounds awesome. I'm thinking about making a different version, but like with lorry horns on it. I think we're on the verge of pinging off at the bottom. I think you're going to have to help me on this one.
Okay.
Not you, the viewer, but you behind the camera, because I've got to hold this and move this because it's wanting to slide out a little bit at the bottom. Spin it on the other way, and then I want you to do the pumping.
Okay.
Because then I don't have to have my head right next to where the thing is.
Yeah.
So with Georgina's help, the rim hasn't got a big flat spot in it. I went a little bit too far on that point there. But the rest of it now, that's pretty round compared to how flat it was before. So I'm quite happy how that little tool we made this morning works. So I've repainted the tyre. Oh, sorry, the wheel, because I don't want to paint the tyre. So that's repainted that. That looks all good. This side has actually sealed up all right, but this side is still weeping. So we pump the tyre up and then we just put some around the edge. We just put some soap and it still blows bubbles a little bit out of it. So what we're going to do now, got some bead sealer. So you pop it off the bead again, brush this stuff in, and it will bridge the gap. And then we re-inflate the tyre, and that should fix the problem. I've used this stuff before and it worked good. So let's try it again. So we're just going to break it off the bead again with the pneumatic, hydraulic, because it's not air driven, it's pneumatic bead breaker. So push that in there, pop the bead off on this side, put the compound in it and re-inflate. It's starting to push it off there now. So we put the bead breaker all the way in. We've just put a few extra F clamps in there just to hold it out so we can actually get the post. So that's what we've got. It comes with a brush and everything. Just going to put it all in the inside of here. So we know this is where it was leaking, because it was leaking near where this part is here. So just make sure we get lots in there. But we're going to put a little bit all the way around.
Right on. Doesn't normally do that when I record. It's
got a Okay, so now got the stuff in. Let's get a rag and clean it out. It's really messy. Inflate the tyre up.
see if it holds air.
Let's see if it holds air now. It's going to take a while.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of air. If it's completely empty. On my lorry, if I have to do it from completely empty, it takes about 15 minutes to pump up a tyre.
Look at your Swamp Thing mug.
Available at swampthing4x4.co.uk, but it's got just washing up liquid in it and a bit of water. We're just going around the edge now, and I'm really happy of how it's coming out because we're not blowing bubbles now. So that tyre is now sealed and ready for use. So just showing you the size difference between, so this tyre, of course, it's got no rim in it, so it's got no air in it. You compare that to when you put the air in it and how much bigger the tyre is. Because it sits fairly square like that, compared to this one, gets a nice round curve in it. Now, all the tyres are different. So my back tyres are still a 66-inch tyre. They're actually taller than the front ones. I think when they make them, they've probably got like, say, a 10% tolerance in how big the tyre can be. Now, if you have a small tyre, like a car tyre, it probably isn't that big. When you have a tyre that's this big, 10% can be 6.5 inches difference. And sometimes I've had a 66-inch tyre that measures 70 inches when it's inflated. And I've had a 66-inch tyre, when it's inflated, it's measured 62 inches. So they're all different, but I just thought I'd show you the difference between one that's got no air in it and one that's inflated, and that's just got 18 PSI in it. That's what we normally run in the Monster Truck, is 18. And the reason for that is it doesn't need that much in it, but if you're especially on tarmac and you have a hard landing, that will compress all the way, and that's what actually dents the rims, because we've pushed all the way through all of that rubber and then the rim has hit the ground, and that's what dented it. And that's why we've had to straighten these ones up, because we was doing the shows at Santa Pod and we had a very, very hard landing. But yeah, that tyre's all ready to go back in the trailer now. So you probably see, so I've got the original Swamp Thing body up there. This is my second truck that's up there, what was built, and then COVID took in, and then that was sold off for some bits. So I sold the axles off that. So Santa Pod had the axles for that one. This is one of my smashed up bodies, but we put some exhaust underneath it. Of course, it's got a Lucas oil flag in the back. Some spare bonnets. So that's the bonnet there that we use for the Monster Truck Nationals. So this is the one that I smashed through stuff. So we had that wrapped. This is a normal Swamp Thing bonnet, original colour, and that's got the headlights in that one. But the other day, after the Monster Truck Nationals this year, we smashed up the tailgate. So I just thought we'd put the tailgate up on the wall. And if you've ever seen the original Swamp Thing, when I first brought it out, that is the tailgate, the side panel from the original Swamp Thing. And then we just got a bumper.
Face.
What? Smiley face. So Georgina made this, so that's a teepee bumper, 2 headlights out of a smashed up bonnet, and an air cleaner in the middle.
For a nose.
For a nose. And I just thought we'd just have a show you what's in the workshop for like bodywork wise. I know all the moulds and everything for up there. We will be working back on the taxi soon, so we got that to do. That is a roof panel that makes that body up there.
Suck me in the smoke, breathe me in and let me go. Filling the lungs inside you, and the blackened eyes make my way into your mind. Just to know